What's up? What's up, new and old friends? Back to the TV terminal. My name is Adam Vale, senior editor over at thecoalition.com.
My name is Lawrence, aka a punk with toys on all the social medias.
And we are back for episode 6 of the terminal list, Dark Wolf, Pawns and Kings. Oh, all right. It felt like we just started recording this show like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I think we did. And it's over now. I mentioned it in the other episode. No one said anything. They talked about all this stuff, but no one said it. I guess people are cool with 3 episodes dropping day 1 for a new show.
It's too much for me.
It's too much for most people. I don't think everyone's watching it.
I mean, I do understand 2 episodes at times. Depending on how many, if it's 10 episodes, 2 episodes is good. If it's only 7 episodes, why even bother? I know you're trying to generate you're trying to generate enthusiasm for the show, but to me, you've dropped a 3-hour movie, and then you're like, hey, we're gonna fill in the rest. Hopefully you tune in. Rather than keeping that suspense of what's coming next.
Yeah. There's got to be more to it, and I'm sure it's probably scheduling with other shows that they have on their network. So like, all right, we want to squeeze this in. Oh, we don't want this to overshadow this next show. They're like, just get all these out, then get it all done.
I guess, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no schedule. You drop something and people can watch things whenever they want. It's, again, we're not going back to the 80s and the 90s where, oh my God, I have to be home on Thursday at 8 p.m. for Friends or the A-Team. I have to make sure that VCR is recorded if we're not, it's not like that anymore.
No, you're right.
Again, to me, it's too much. I think you kind of agreed with it. My moderator for my other channel, he says the same thing. I think it hurts TV when, again, it is Netflix thing, but it hurts like Netflix if they drop everything on one day. I think dropping 3 episodes is just way, way too much. But you know what isn't too much is dropping a like, a subscribe, and a reminder. I did out of order, so
it doesn't matter. They know. And if you don't know, just a quick rundown, because some people, we get new people who come in all the time, trickling like, hey, how are you guys doing this? What are you doing? All right, this is how we do it. Lawrence and I watch the episode. Once we're done, we start recording. No edits, people. No digging around, no cuts. Hold on, I want to get this correct. We are spewing it just like you and your buddies right after you watch a show or a movie and you go out for beers and like, hey, what did we just watch? Let's talk about it. And that's what we're doing with you. We are opening our conversations with you guys. Go ahead, comment, put in your corrections. You guys love doing that, and that's fine. We are asking for it. And let's just get this conversation going. That's
the only difference is we get them early, so we have time to drop it.
Yeah.
When you can watch the show, so you're watching the show, and then you can tune in and hear what we have to say. And again, we would rather people to go and watch the episode. But I'm sure there's people that just tune in because they maybe like the banter between us, and then some people don't like the banter because they're like, why do you guys talk about this like this?
Oh, you guys are nerdy. I've heard that like you were some nerdy dudes. What is this? Like, yeah, let me see. I work on a website where I do video game reviews and TV shows. Lawrence over here does toy reviews. Well, that's what we do.
I do a toy review and people and I get comments that go, you're too critical of it, and just be happy you're getting, that we're getting these toys. And it's like,
oh my Lord,
dude, I'm reviewing it. I'm not saying whether that it's awful, but the idea is to review it. Like, isn't that what you do with a car? Like,
we watch everything.
It's crazy. It's like you tune in for this, and then you're mad that you got what we said it was.
Yeah, that is true. And hey, and that's the other thing. The person was watching all this stuff. And it's like, well, you're looking this up anyway. Why are you looking this up? All right. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here. You're all here. Thank you again. We got a bunch of stuff going on, but let's finish this up because man, we're almost at the end. So
One more
this is
episode,
episode 6. Can't believe it. And you know who else
and
can't
I'm
believe
ready
it?
for it
You're ready
because
for it? You're ready. We got a lot of other stuff.
well,
We got a lot of
there's
stuff.
so much build up in this episode, and that's what I
Oh,
told you. Like what, maybe 15 minutes into it, I'm like, I think this is going to be a build up episode. We do get some action at the end, but for the most part, this is
build up.
filling in the rest. This is filling
Mhm.
in the whole story. So next episode, it's just like, hey, let's settle the score.
Or do they? Because from what they said, there should be another season. This is a complete spin-off. So under Amazon's idea and plan, there's going to be multiple seasons of Dark Wolf. We'll see. We'll see when the numbers come in with the ratings and how they leak that up. But hey, let's just get this ready. Here we go. Hastings with the body, the friendly, cleaned him up. He is so guilty. He feels so guilty. And we've talked about this, and I talked about this with someone else in the comments. There's nothing for him to feel guilty about. This friendly could have said he was a friendly once he was tied up in the chair and woke up. Come on now. That's the first thing I would have said. Hey, check in my wallet, look at my ID, call Jabroni 614. He can vouch for me, and we're cool. We're buds. This is the
So
inside thing.
I mean, that's what I don't understand is that why this guy didn't say anything till, I mean, he was at his last breath. Why did you not say, hey, you know, we're with German intelligence?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there was a time that
Well,
he could have said it because he clearly knew who he was, right?
yeah. Well, yeah. He knew
Or
everything
knew what
about
they
him.
were doing. Yeah.
He knew his name, he knew his unit, he knew. So it's like, yeah, and they had conversations. So it's not like, oh, but he was like incapacitated, he was dazed. No, he was coherent. He was talking to him, right? He was going
So
back and forth.
yeah, so if we miss something, please tell us in the comments because I mean I would love to be filled in on exactly what it was that we missed. Like, I'm sorry, someone's torturing me, and I know that they're friendly. I'm gonna tell them, hey, wait a minute, we're on the same. Did you see my ghost light?
I did see that. What the hell was that?
That's my ghost light. This thing just
Oh my
it,
god, we got Blair Witch going on
dude,
in here.
it just I've
It's a
there was a couple times when I woke up in the morning and the light was on. I'm like, I know I turned it off. And one night I was sitting there texting. I'm in bed and I can see through the mirror and it went on. I went, it does it all the
you'll
time. Only
you'll
this one. The one in the
you'll
back doesn't. Look, it's fading right now. I have no
Oh,
idea.
all right. So then it's a short. If it was something else, you would know because Roman would be growling in that direction. Then you would know that there's something going on.
I'm just saying it happens. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Um,
Oh man, if it does, go ahead.
I'm
People can
glad
make
you
it.
saw it.
I did. I saw that. I was like, oh, look at this.
It was weird because again, like you wake up and you're like, oh hey, maybe I didn't turn it off, but it was
Mhm.
I was literally just I'm
Yeah.
laying in bed on
Oh,
my
there goes
phone
that.
and I
Uh-huh.
could see it in the big
Yeah.
mirror and I went, ooh,
See.
that's the ghost light.
That's it. And it's just like Hastings seeing the spirit light that comes through the window. He feels so guilty. And I get it. But I think this whole scene here was just to let us know that he's checking out. Hastings is
he
he's done. He's done with
he
this.
is the moral compass of the team.
He is. He is.
There's a
That
reason why he wanted out.
mhm.
He wanted out of being special forces. He was done.
Yeah.
Um,
It was too much. It
so
was too much. But now we got Ben walking in the streets. Got a bag with him. He goes into another location and tries to clean up his wound. I'm surprised he even made it that far. Just he had a big chunk of metal still in him. Oh,
especially where it was at.
oh,
Again, if he would have pulled it out, again, that could have just started spewing. Of course, it's not because we know he survives,
yeah.
but he has some peroxide, I'm assuming. And then what does he use to clean it up? You're a wrestling fan, you know this one.
Glue.
Super glue.
Yes.
And if you
Hey,
don't know, that is Mick Foley's big thing that he used to do, and I know a
that
lot of
was
other wrestlers do.
Sabu, R.I.P. There's so many.
Yep.
Terry Funk. I mean,
They-
any wrestler, old time wrestler you can think of that's done a huge amount of blading in their career. crazy glue is your friend.
Yep. Instead of
That
getting
is,
stitches, they put crazy glue on it, and
oh
you know what
man,
crazy glue is like when you get it on your. So
oh
he
yeah,
uses that clearly, like either he's a hockey fan. I know that.
that
Um,
is true. That is true. Isn't he Canadian? The actor, right?
yes, he is, and he's a
There we
huge
go.
fan of
All
Steve
right, all right.
Yzerman, the captain
There
of the
we
Detroit
go.
Red Wings for
There we
20
go.
years.
A legend. A legend.
But he cleans everything up, and again, this is a much long. Again, I think this is a lot of filler in this episode, but it is leading us to where we need to go, right? But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
takes out a nice shard, a nice
Oh,
long
oh.
shard, and then he cleans it. I did find it odd. It was like he goes into this room or wherever. He didn't lock the door or anything. He just he went in.
And it did not look like the same location that he had
No,
before, because remember he had it was different. But yeah, whatever it was, he knew no one was going to disturb him while he made this little surgery, and he did his own stitching and stuff. Pretty cool. Yeah, kind of long, but they just wanted to show that he was getting the job done,
yeah,
so that way he can get out. And then next, boom, we're in Geneva.
Geneva.
hmm
Uh, and
This was the
oh
meeting,
yeah,
right?
we're
Yep.
watching the meeting, and the one are they terrorists or are they
Eh,
just? They're not really terrorists per se.
no,
They're
no, it's like another part of Iran, like a government
yeah.
faction
Oh, I mean,
type of deal.
but are
But
these guys terrorists? Or they're the
it's a gray zone. I want to
yeah,
say I think they have their own political agenda type of thing that they want to do. It's not so much of the type of terrorist that you would think, but
yeah.
then again, they are using these bearings for terrorist activities later on.
Just people don't know that. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. People don't know that, but it looks like they're having this meeting, and this is in regards to um, installing cameras so that way they can watch their nuclear facilities. And they're like, "Oh, well, okay, fine. You can put all the cameras you want, but we want the oil sanctions lifted." And then they do a little back and forth with the panel and stuff. It's like, all right, but we get it. We know what's going on.
but we know Cyrus. He's extremely smart, right? He's an inventor. I don't know how you want to say it. A chemist, whatever, but he's creating the stuff here, is what I
Mhm.
gather, right? I
Yeah,
mean, we kind of on agreement, like that's what he's
yeah, yeah,
creating all the
yeah.
stuff.
He's creating.
So,
Yeah.
and that's what Vahid had an issue with. Like he didn't like the fact that his brother. Why are we aligning ourselves?
Didn't want to get involved in all that.
Yeah. So that it's a pretty short segment, but it's just kind of they're trying to set up something bigger,
Hmm.
and we'll find this out later on in this episode. Um,
Yeah, we got
and then
Tao
yep, and then we skipped a Tao. She's on a train.
still in
And
Germany.
yep, like she's sleeping and someone disturbs her. She pulls a knife on the lady. It's just a regular, and then she
Hey,
takes off.
that's a smart move. If you're sleeping, especially if you're traveling alone, and that means that she had that in her hand. She was ready. She was ready in case someone bothered her. So,
Well, I mean, she had some. She did go through a little bit more earlier on in the last
oh,
episode.
she went through a lot. She went through a lot. Hey, she cleans up well because she took a beating. She
Yeah,
took a beating, and I was expecting her to show up just like a busted eye, the jaw, maybe some teeth missing on one side. Oh,
but but as she's leaving, she sees on the screen, she sees what's happening, and then
mhm.
she sees Ben Edwards
The car
on the
bombing.
yeah, the car bombing. She sees the pistol in his hand, that he also has the bearings in the briefcase. So
Kind
now
of funny that got caught on camera. It's like you see him
well,
like it's almost like a Bigfoot moment, It's like look, and then like going like, oh, you got me, you know. And I get it. They had to do that for Tal because it could have been any bombing. It could have been some rando thing, but she knew that. I mean, we didn't hear any dialogue in the last episode between Tal and Eliza, but we know that they're working as a team.
yeah, so
So
yeah, they clearly they were brought in to find out about Haverford. So that's
Halford and the shepherd, they don't trust him.
in the shepherd. Yeah, well, that they're trying to figure out the relationship because no one knows who the shepherd is.
Mhm.
Haverford will not give him up, which we're gonna find out really soon.
Oh man, and I'll bring up my funny little mix up, which turned out to work out in the end.
So
Oh,
So we see Edward's getting dropped off at Stein, Germany.
Mhm.
And he gets on the boat,
Yeah.
and we see Landry, and we see Farouk. I'm sorry.
It's
Is this the
low.
nation? Is this the nation of domination?
It
I'm
could be,
sorry.
it could be,
I
but
cannot hear Farouk and not hear the nation of
oh,
domination.
man. You know why? Because that's probably the only time you've ever heard that name. That's the only time I've ever heard it,
More than likely.
right? So it's like,
D'Lo Brown,
D'Lo Brown, The Rock was part of
Mark
that group,
Henry,
Mark Henry, what was
Owen
the
Hart.
Owen Hart? Oh, he tried to be a member, right? Wasn't that the
No, Owen Hart was like a member. That was when they wanted to move it away from it being like a
Oh, maybe.
race thing.
Oh, maybe,
Who else was
maybe.
on it? The
Oh,
Godfather. The
The
Godfather.
Godfather, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
that
The
was
Godfather was part of it.
yeah. Farouk was the leader till The Rock took over.
That's right. Wait, oh, Ahmed Johnson? Wasn't Ahmed Johnson in it?
No,
No, Ahmed Johnson?
No, Farouk hates Ahmed Johnson
Shoot. Oh, man.
in real life. Like he hates him.
Oh, oh, man. There you go. You see, you
I,
do know a lot about wrestling. I don't know.
oh, oh,
The
I
whole time we
do.
talked about wrestling, he's like, I ain't don't watch that. And they go over here bringing out this old
I
trivia
used
back
to.
from the
I
early
used to be
90s.
huge till the 2003, 2004, maybe somewhere around there. I
Gosh,
still watch a
man.
lot of wrestling podcasts, especially about the old stuff.
Damn, look at you
Yeah.
keeping secrets, Lawrence.
Oh,
Holy crap. Too many secrets. We got to
just
talk
that
after this.
Ahmed
So
Johnson
many
is not the most liked person, and he's really not liked by Farouk.
Well, Ahmed Johnson changed. He blew up after that, like not on a good
Oh
side of
yeah,
blowing
no,
up.
yeah.
He definitely changed. But let's get back. Here we go.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we got Ben and Jed talking.
Yeah,
Halliford, right, as he likes to be called, talking about the whole situation. He's aware Eliza is dead. It happened. Oh man,
it's really weird because Edward like Edward says he wants to know like what the setup is. Like he wants to know what's going on here, and
because he
throughout,
knew they were being played. Because that was the whole thing. He said, "Hey, Eliza knew we were being played," and then he's like, "Just yeah, I know we're being played also." I mean, we're gonna get to his version of how he thinks he figured all this out, Hastings, Jed, but
yeah,
it's I don't trust him.
no,
Through all
no.
of this, we can't trust him.
And as Hastings shows up there, like they're looking back and forth at each other. Like they do a really good job of showing different looks of them giving like especially Hastings. And we
Mhm.
find this out really shortly. Hastings is there's a reason to. Um
Yep.
so
Yeah, because Hastings comes in and he talks about the intelligence that it was German intelligence that was there. There was what was it like 7 agents or something like that,
yep.
and
And then
it was
there are two sets of fake bearings is what they believe.
that was the other yeah well that's what Jed is saying. Two
Yeah.
sets of fake bearings. It's all shady. All this sounds shady. If somebody is just tuning in to the show and they hear this, they're like, well, even if you watch the last episode and this episode, that alone is just telling you something's not adding up. It's not adding up. And
I'm sorry. I have a 16-year-old that's trying to ask me something.
she's a fan of the show. She wants to know what happened with Edwards and what
And she's like trying to show me her phone. I can't read it. And I'm like,
we're gonna
like
see
you're
on camera
talking.
a
I'm like,
hand. We're gonna see a
I
hand
must
just come in front. I'm like, pull out.
I look like I'm so disinterested. I'm like, so
Right.
I
Oh
think she
man.
walked away kind of aggravated with me. She'll get over it. Anyway.
Oh boy. All right. So let's see. Where are we up to? I think this is yeah, when they walk into the other room, right? Because he was like, "Oh, yeah, I know who was the traitor, and it was a guy that I worked with, and I trust." Basically, just dancing around it, but it's Shepard. He's telling them that Shepard betrayed him, and
Yeah.
that he's in the other room. They go there, they see he looks like he's all beat up and the whole thing, and he's gonna set all this right for being a traitor, And so he gets the phone and he has him call the minister, right, to do the deal, saying that, hey, I got the bearings. Let's close the deal. It's like we'll meet at the airfield. He'll bring the payment. It's like, okay, thanks. He hangs up. And of course, it's Jed that pulls the trigger and kills him. Why not? Because then, dead man can't speak.
Yeah.
That was the other giveaway for me. I was like, all right, you're saying he's Shepherd? This guy hasn't confirmed it. He hasn't really he did the head nod. Remember when he was like, "Are we friends or something? Are we good?" And he's,
Yeah.
like what, like whatever, man. You'd be kicking my ass for who knows
Yeah.
how long.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you anything you wanna hear too. I just wanna
Exactly. That's it. That's right.
I
I
I
like
need
the
I need
left
some of that
Twix. The left Twix is the best one. Oh god. Oh my
I need some of that peroxide and super glue that Edwards
exactly.
has, alright?
Ben, is that glue in your pocket? Can you just shove a little bit in my mouth? I got a hole right near my jaw. Oh Lord.
Um, but again, he kills him, and then we switch to Tal and the hotel. And she's calling in the reports, and who's ever on the other end, they're basically saying, "Hey, Shepard's done. He's
Mhm.
KIA. It's been reported by Hastings,
Yeah.
and she
There's a
keeps
cool
trying to.
shadow. Man, why didn't they go with that? Because remember, she called in. She said some code name Shadow. And they're like, okay, Shadow. I was like, whoa.
Okay,
Why?
Shadow. All right,
What?
Shadow. Enough, Shadow. Just
Yeah.
get to the extraction, Shadow.
Now you
Um,
dropped that. Why didn't we play with that at the beginning instead of giving out Tal and just give a Shadow? Even what a Farah? I think Pharaoh or something. That was Eliza's name, something like that. Farah, I
I
think
don't
it was.
remember.
Yeah, she called the other one. She said she's a KIA, killed in action.
Um, yeah. So, but Tal, she's asking questions. They're like, "It's over. He's done. Everything's being taken care of. Get ready for the extraction." And she finally says, "Well, whatever. Okay." Um, and kind of gives in, just like whatever. Uh, and then we see Hastings coming onto the boat.
Oh,
Edwards is on duty. He's on watch. He says, "Hey, you're not due for another hour." And he said, "I'm leaving. I want you to come with me."
mhm.
Basically,
He's
he knows
walking
something's
away.
not right. Yeah, he knows something's not right. And this is a great. There's a lot of dialogue, but
Oh yeah.
this is where you really see that two people kind of going their separate ways.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Edwards is this is all he knows, and it feels like this is all that he wants. Where Hastings, this isn't
He
the reason why he started, and we're starting to see what more reason on why he wanted out of the Navy, or at least being Special Forces.
yeah.
It was time for him to leave uh, on
When
his own terms, but he was fine with it being this way.
yeah, and he told him, he said, "What we had the trap, and then we have this death, we have all this stuff going on. Nothing's working out. This is not what we signed up for. This is not what
Yeah,
we were here to do. And it's obvious that this is all about you. This is
and,
what you want."
and the one thing I really like about this is he's been like this the whole show. This is
Mhm.
not like, oh, all of a sudden he feels like this. No, he's felt like this since day one, right? Since
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
got with Haverford, he has felt this way. He has been trying to find out if this guy is even legit. Almost like he's been trying to figure out, hey, is there a reason why we should get out of this?
Well, he
So this is
questioned
great.
everything. Remember, he
Yeah.
questioned Tal and Eliza. He was like, "Why are we working with this other agency?" And nothing felt right with him. Nothing
And,
felt
and
right.
and again, I think that what's happening here, it doesn't seem like, oh, they're just throwing it in so they can work it up to the next episode. No, this is how he's been the whole time.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wants
yeah.
Edwards to come. Now he really hits him when he says,
Oh yeah.
he says Reese was wrong about you.
Oh yeah. Reese, and then he gives this. I got a little audio about what his dad has to say.
It's raging inside of you. My father used to tell me that some men will go to war to fight the enemy, but others will seek war to fight themselves. And maybe you're both, eh?
Maybe you're just Rambo, because wasn't that the whole thing with him? With Rambo, he couldn't let go. You know, Like,
Rambo just all the dude wanted to do is walk through the city, and they wouldn't let him.
that's it. They
It, it,
don't
it
like
goes
drifters.
It goes
Yeah.
back to David Banner, not Bruce Banner, David Banner and the Hulk. Like, dude, all the guy's doing is walking. Why do people keep messing with the guy that has turned green? They're like, I actually want to
Yeah,
walk right now.
it's you
Um,
see everybody's. Why can't they just mind their own business? That's it. Just keep your head down. Just keep walking. Don't look.
dude,
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. Rambo, like They pick up Rambo and they take him back. Like, he's just trying to get through the city. Why don't you just take him to the other end of the city? You
Yeah,
don't want him walking
exactly,
in the middle of
exactly. Don't take
town.
him to one. He still has to go through now. You
Yeah,
could
like you could have just dropped him off at the other
oh
end
boy,
of town.
the movie would have been over. It would have been a short film. That's it. But then, like, people be like, "Is that it? Where's the rest of it?" We didn't have enough in the budget. So, but if you'd like to fund this project,
Like it'd be one of those Sundance films that
yeah,
wins everything. Vietnam
mhm,
vet gets
yeah, yeah.
transported by police officers from one side of
Oh
town to
man.
the other.
There we go. You
All
know
right.
where he's at now. But right, and then also, like you said, Hastings brought up the whole Reese, but there was a quick flashback from episode 1 around the
Yeah.
campfire where Hastings and Reese and the rest of the team just hanging out. He's really reflecting on all this, but it doesn't
Well,
matter. He's out.
he was also looking at the compass before he went there.
Mhm,
He was
mhm.
looking at the compass that Reese gave him. So now it's just kind of like, oh, I'm done. Come with me. And man, you really see how tall this guy is.
Yeah, he's
Like
tall.
Edwards is literally, I mean, he's like,
He called him, what was it? He was calling him afraid, Hastings, and he was afraid and all this
yeah.
stuff. And he's like, I'm gonna let that slide. I was like, oh, they're gonna go to blows. Is it gonna be one of those goodbyes? I was like, wait, what did you say?
I didn't
You
think
heard
so
me.
because it's a very quiet scene. But he does tell him, he goes, the difference between, I would rather go home in a box than what you're doing.
Oh man,
That
that's
probably would have
and,
given that
and
might
he
have
said,
given a
oh
big
yeah,
middle finger. I would have
and he
given
said,
a
oh,
big
you
middle
will,
finger.
and he said you will.
Yeah.
That's it. He will. And man, but then we know he doesn't because oh, spoiler, we saw Terminalist a few years back, so we know that didn't happen.
At least not yet. At least he's not in the pine box. We know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's true. That's
and
true.
then we see Edwards, Moe, and Landry discussing a plan. Now, again, I find it really. I said something to you while we were watching it. Like, Haverford's not in there. Why? Like, you would think he would be in there.
He's smoking his cigars in the other room or getting
Well,
high or whatever it is that he does alone because he always has to be alone.
yeah, and they basically, he says so. Hastings is gone. Yep.
Mhm.
But they kind of explain what they're gonna do, and then we see them walk over, and Haverford is sending them off.
That's it.
Now,
Go off to the mission.
all they have to do is let him do it, and then they're good to go. Like if they would have just went with it and not done what they eventually did, everything's good.
There's one long eye contact scene here with Jed and Ben. It was just like again, the show is throwing all the hints. Don't trust this guy. Don't trust this guy. It's like
So I would say everything that every trope, every like, hey, they basically told you who the bad guy is here, right? Who the traitor is, but you're like, it's too obvious. They can't be him. But
mhm.
it is. I mean, you've already seen the show, guys, so
Right,
Haverford's the
exactly.
traitor.
What? I completely forgot, and now you spoiled it. Oh.
But like what else is she gonna do? Like she's
Oh.
sitting there waiting for this extraction. She feels something isn't right. Her teammate that she went in with is dead.
Mhm.
She has nothing to do, but something doesn't feel right. And she's looking at
She had
these IPs that are going back,
mhm.
and then she calls them and says, "When did you say that he was confirmed?" And they said 2100 hours. She has IPs that at this point Haverford was speaking with
Mhm.
Shepard at
Yeah.
22 something. So an
Yeah.
hour and a half later. And she tries to tell him, and the guy is pretty much like, just drop it. It's
And
done,
that's
over
that's
with.
what I don't understand is that they're sent there by their government, their agency to get all the answers. She's still trying to get these answers, but this guy on the other line is so quick to just brush it off. Like, no, 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 no,
And,
come on, come on, come back. It's gonna be great. We're going out to dinner. We're gonna all high five, mission accomplished. We'll pour one out for Eliza. But it doesn't make sense because
and
she's
that's what I didn't understand. Like you guys don't like they didn't know who Shepard was. They could have pulled me in and he could have said, "This is Shepard. I've
yeah,
eliminated him," right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So without knowing, and
You
she's
did
going,
look like
"Wait a minute."
Shepard. You did look like Shepard.
A little bit, the
Mhm,
shaped
mhm.
head and everything.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um, but it's like it didn't make sense. Like I would think like, well, wait a minute, what are you seeing? Like, what is it? Why don't you think so? And if she says, wait, there was contact at 22:22, it was like 22:23, something like that. I forget.
Yeah.
But it was like an hour and a half after he had called it in. Now again, this guy, by this point, you should have realized he knows that
He,
they're on
I
to him.
think maybe he's dirty also because he said, oh, he provided confirmation. Well, if you don't know what the guy looks
Okay.
like, what are you taking as confirmation? He just
So
sends
that
any picture of a dead guy, and you're like, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's him.
so this makes me wonder if this guy here is also the guy that was talking to Hastings.
See, there's another
Because
player on
again,
the
like
field. Yes.
yeah, you have Haverford. He knows all these people, so of
Mhm,
course he's going to. Remember, somebody told Haverford that Hastings was looking into him, and it
Yep.
wasn't Haverford's dad. I mean
Nope.
Hastings' dad.
Hastings dad. Yeah.
So anyway, this is where they go to meet. They
Yep.
go to meet to
They
exchange.
they yep, they go to meet with that minister guy and his crew to make the exchange for the bearings. This was an interesting scene because at first they're like, oh, we know how this is gonna work. They're gonna do a trade. There's probably gonna be a shootout. But when the guy says, all right, we'll do this trade, and I think it was one of the members, I think it was Landry, somebody did a head count. It's like, oh, there's 10 that we could see right here. So they're already
Yeah,
surrounded. They know
and
there's a bunch of heads where everyone's armed, no one's hiding it. Ben's
yeah,
out there with a gun too.
yeah. So and again, they're all going out with AR platforms, and they have and the bad guys, the 10 guys, have a lighter rifle. So and Landry makes a comment about at least we know they're not heavily armed.
Mhm.
Um, so they go there, they give the bearings, they want the money, and he said, well, once they test it out, they have to hit a specific. So he
Speed
opens it up.
for
Yep.
the bearing. Oh man, I was not. This is the surprise, right? We weren't expecting them to actually test the bearings. They had a machine. It looked like a blender. They
So
put it like.
this was done, I think, really well. From the point of looking at Landry, I thought Landry was gonna just kind of like I thought he was gonna be the one to just start shooting. Like he can't. But you
Oh,
have
he was gonna be the
Landry,
hothead.
you have Mo, and you have Edwards, and they're all expecting these not to hit. And they got their fingers right there. You can tell they're kind of sweating.
Mhm.
And again, this could be one of those things where if you were making an exchange like this, you would still expect, hey, we have 10 armed guys, you only have 3. You're still going to be on edge. And he even tells them, hey, it's not you guys that I don't trust,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Vahid.
Mhm.
Not that it matters
Because
because
he didn't show up. Because that was the other thing. He was like, "Where is he?" And he's like, "Ah, he didn't show up. He sent us instead." And the whole thing, right
but
there, that would have been a red flag. But I guess the guy felt comfortable because he had his crew surrounding them. So like, what's the worst that could
yeah.
happen? You lie to me, we shoot you guys all dead. That's it. But
So
then we
they
had a quick scene with Tal, and then it was just a quick scene. She showed up. She's there. Tal found them.
well, she's not there. I thought she was.
That's what it looked like. She was
No,
running
no,
around.
no. The IP led to Cyrus's house.
Mm.
That's how
Okay.
she
Ah,
that's how
okay.
she
Okay.
finds
Okay. Okay. That's right.
Haverford there. So we see her there. She's holding this router in one hand. I guess it's battery powered. I don't know how that stuff works. But she somehow gets there and then she's getting pictures. Well, basically, I think she hacked into his computer system, would be my assume, or his security system. So we go back and we see the bearings running. These are Swiss ceramic. I talked about them. The best bearings. They spin,
Fast
they spin.
bearings.
It hits it.
Never on sale on Amazon. It's always tough. Oh, no.
Always going up in price.
Right?
Um,
Exactly. This is why you got
they're
to
from
go through
Swiss.
these methods. Mhm.
But they transfer the money, and like
Mhm.
all's good, like all set,
Yeah. Well.
and
Oh, he did a comment. Did
now
we?
Yusuf says he makes a comment to Edwards that he should have asked for more to betray his country.
Because yeah, he heard Edward say something in English,
Yeah.
right? And that's when he said, "Oh, American." And he said, "Oh, you should have." I'm like, again, what's with the jabs? First episode, the other guy throwing all those jabs at Edwards that caused him to just go nuts and just shoot him. And now you're gonna do this. You're gonna throw. Just walk away. Don't
Well,
throw
he's
something
on
like
the
that.
same side.
Hmm?
He's basically saying, "Hey, we would have paid more."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would have paid more, but that's just.
So they,
It's just
they go in, they get on the plane, and they get in the car, and they're like, "What just happened here?"
Those
Like
were
they were
real.
expecting a shootout.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, this is where Edwards starts getting the pictures because we've seen Haverford now having a conversation with Cyrus,
Hanging
basically
out.
explaining everything.
Oh, they spilled everything. They spilled the whole plan.
know.
Yes, he's a traitor, but it's more of like he wants to put the real shepherd in the position of high power. So then that way they can work together. So it's like, yeah, we're doing this, but we're doing this for the greater good. At least that's the way Jed is portraying this. As like, oh, this
Because
is good for both countries.
once they possess nuclear weapons, then they're on the same playing field as the other big countries, and they can have a say. They can't be pushed around as easily. But he basically said, losing my brother, it was something they had to do. But his brother also wasn't fully on board.
Yeah, he wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid. And when you're this deep, I mean, we've seen it in any kind of that applies for almost every crime drama film or Sopranos or anything. Family, you all have to be in on the same page. And if someone's not, that's a threat of a rat or something. They got to go. But it sucks because it's all about power. Also, he wanted that power.
Yep. So then we have Tal here. She sends the pictures, and this is where they're like, okay, we've been duped. He gave us the right bearings that we didn't think we had.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they going to do now? And they're trying to decide what they're going to do. They're all on the plane except for the three guys. And if you remember, I saw it happening. He was packing that saw machine gun. And
ready.
if you know anything, that's the M60 version of today. And basically, that's when they decide to go into business for themselves, right? Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wrestling?
Yeah, you're going for the business for themselves. Exactly. You cut out the booker. This is not how it's supposed to go down. So that's it. And hey, they were like, this is it. We know. First they weren't sure about it, but once they received the pictures from Tal, that's it. That was the flag. And they're like, yep, that's it. We're not letting them out. And we were expecting a firefight. It was one-sided this whole time because they just shot up like Swiss cheese. This plane.
They didn't try and stop them. They shoot out the tires so they can't take, and then Edwards just starts laying down, just blowing right through it, and he basically wipes out everyone. And they don't even have a chance to fight back. They get up to the plane. They go in there. Now at this time, Yusuf, he's called and he's kind of just barely breathing. Cyrus has answered it. I thought maybe Jed was gonna maybe get off at this point, but no, he's probably gonna realize, hey, well, actually, we know Jed survives this for sure. They go in there, they eliminate everyone, and it goes back to what I said. I think I said it off screen to you. If you handcuff something, if people want it that bad, I feel like they just cut your hand off. And what does Edwards do? He shoots through the bone and then cuts it off.
And just leaves
and he's
him
still
there.
alive.
Yeah, and he knows the phone is still running. He knows he could have hung it up, but he didn't. He knows whoever's on the other end, he wants them to hear this. Oh, man.
And then when they go to leave, we see a sniper scope. All three of the guys are still in it. I mean, I knew who it was. I mean, I didn't think this was a big reveal, but
it was Reese. He's been watching all along. That's a good friend.
Yeah, it's Hastings, and my guess is he was there to make sure nothing bad happened.
Yeah. He couldn't leave him. He couldn't. He couldn't just leave like that, and because that's the whole thing, right? It's the guilty conscience. If he feels that guilty about just killing the friendly, he's going to feel even more guilty letting his friends go out into combat and with no cover. And if they die, then what? And he probably would have never known. Because what you think Jed is going to call him up? It's like, hey, by the way, you should have been there. They all died. It's all on you. Got to go. Bye. Boop.
But then they drive back to the houseboat or the boat or whatever. I don't know why they would have thought that he was there. They've seen pictures that Haverford was at the other place. So I don't know why they would think. I really thought it was a really good line because Edwards once again asks them, "Hey, last chance. If you guys don't want it, I understand." And Henry's like, "I'd rather go get a beer, but
yeah, let's get blown up." And at first, when I heard that, I was like, "Oh!" And then we played it again. I was like, "Oh, blown!" He probably thinks there's a bomb on the boat.
See, I originally thought they went to Cyrus's house.
I don't think they have the address.
Well, they would have. Tal could have given it to him.
She could have, but she's got her own stuff going on. But she didn't share that. She just shared the photos and said Shepard is alive.
Yeah, so this is where I'm a little confused because I don't know why they would have gone back to the boat. You know where he was at, but for some odd reason, maybe something got changed. Final production. Who knows?
Yeah, but we definitely know it changed because once again in the boat, light turns on and Tal comes out friendly. So she showed up. I guess she didn't want to hang around knowing where Shepard and Jed were. She could have given an address. They could have went straight there, off them right in the house, and it would have been over, right? But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't think they would have gotten there in time because we don't know how far away they were.
That's true. We don't know. We don't have reacher time. There's not reacher time.
No, this is a reacher. But as they're looking through the computer that he just left open, which we know why he left it open. He basically,
let me play this. Yeah, she reported to General on this.
Please be advised of a mission conducted by rogue operators that I had recruited out of Mosul, Iraq. Ben Edwards, Mohammed Farouk, Jules Landry, and Rafe Hastings are responsible for the death of Allied forces for turning over illegal nuclear technology to our enemy, Iran. These men are traitors, and they still have the technology that could make Iran a nuclear power.
And if you can find them, you can hire the A-Team.
The A-Team. Yeah, definitely. This could have been the last episode of this season. And then that's it. It sets it up that for the next season, these guys are on the run. The government's after them, with the aviator glasses and the Jeep. And I was like, oh, there they are. And they're all, chasing. They can get like a different type of van, get something a little more modern. Oh, but yeah, definitely. Oh.
And that's kind of where it ends. And as I said, I thought this was going to be a setup episode. There wasn't a firefight. I thought the firefight was awesome in the tunnel. I like this because this was literally like we're not going to give them a chance. We're just going to mow them all down, which is exactly what they did.
Yeah.
And as a firefight, they're just like they're anyone that's still breathing. Boom, done.
Picking them off. But at least they have the bearings. But what do you do? What do you do with the bearings? Now, and then right before it ends, in fact, because that could have been the ending right there and roll the credits. But no, there's one more scene. They talk to Tal. It's like, hey, we're good though. Tal has all the evidence on Halford. We're good. And she's like, I don't have anything. All I have is IPs and encrypted data. I'm sorry.
Okay. So this is where.
And that one photo and the photo.
Yes. Well, no, she had multiple photos.
But of somebody no one knows. They don't know that that's the Shepard.
Here's the whole thing. If she can figure it out, like she was sent in to figure it out, well, all she has to do is say, well, this is what I figured out. There's other people that can confirm that and be like, oh, yep, she's absolutely correct. So, that's kind of... I guess I also wouldn't want to leave my life to chance either because you're talking about military prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, now we know Hastings has to rejoin with everybody because he's on that list.
Yes.
All right. He wasn't there. He didn't show up.
but he was all part of it.
Yeah,
So,
no, I know. So I'm sure Ben's gonna call him and say, "Where are you?" I'm at the nah, not a good idea. Come back. You ever watch the 18? Yep, there you go. You're wanted. Let's meet up.
Well, if you remember, Murdoch was not. It always bothered Murdoch that he wasn't part of the 18, but they're like, hey, you're the unknown soldier.
He wasn't supposed to be part of the 18. Remember? That was it. It was only in that one season. He was supposed to be the one that had some issues in the hospital.
He had nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but then they were like, people liked him, fans wanted him, and they were like, all right, we'll bring him back. And
Murdoch outranked Face and BA.
Oh, damn, really? Because of his that's
He's
true.
A captain. Face was a lieutenant and BA was a sergeant.
There we go. All right.
So Murdoch was actually second in command.
Second in command. But he probably didn't even know that because he was nuts. So there goes that. All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through this whole series. We're almost done. One more episode of Dark Wolf. It's so crazy. We're almost done.
And we have this episode, so we won't get screwed and have to record the same day. If you don't know, we did not get the screener for the final episode of
Dexter Resurrection. Yeah.
So we had to watch it that day and then record. And you can look at the numbers and see, like, people didn't watch it, and that was disappointing. And again, you said before, a lot of these screeners, hey, they won't give the season finale because they don't want it spoiled. But they didn't let us know. Like,
just let us know. Just let us know. Yeah, exactly. Just let us know. It's not that whole entitlement. None of that. It's like they're sending us the screeners to cover because they want coverage and we like the show, and we're getting them all in. And then that one didn't show up. But no, that's not the case here. We're good, and going forward, we're pretty much everything else, unless somebody decides to change something at the last minute. But after this, we got Slow Horses, and we might have another one. I'm just waiting for confirmation. And then Josh and I are covering Gen V. So in fact, when this drops, Gen V is going to drop because it's also on Wednesday the 17th. That was 3 episodes, but we're trying something a little different, and so we watched all 3 and recorded one video. And we condensed it. It's a little over an hour, but we tried to cover all the key points and just give our thoughts and opinions on that. So go ahead, check it out. That was stressful. And we did it again, people. No edits. This is watch 1, watch the 2nd, write the notes, watch the 3rd. You ready? No, I'm not ready. Too bad. Press record. I told you I wasn't ready. No, it doesn't matter. And then like there we go. We did it. We pulled it off, and it's there. So if you're into that show, you can check that out. That was pretty gruesome. A lot of craziness happened in that show as well. All right, we will be back next week for the final episode of Dark Wolf. Peace, everybody. Have a good one. Yep, don't make eye contact while eating a banana.